Crazy hair. Don't care. Still gonna tell you my story. So this is gonna be a message for people that have a hard time letting go, whether it be letting go of toxic traits, toxic relationships, friendships, anything that you're clinging on to out of your own feeling safety, uh, or your sense of safety, or what that means to you. So I had two situations that happened that I thought would be very, that relates to what I'm about to say. And this was a few months ago. I was I was getting a massage service done by a friend of mine, a coworker of mine. I came to her house and I was getting a massage. She does energy work and she was working on me. And it was crazy. Like, those who understand will understand. I'm probably saying this wrong. Uh, Not everyone's going to get this, but this is for those who will. And it is energetically. I literally felt the weight falling off of, like, the energy off of my shoulders. Because that's where I carry all my stress, my tension was always up here. It always feels like someone's literally clinging on to me. So as she's working on me, I felt it lift off. The moment I felt that, I had such panic. It almost made me think, why am I panicking if all the stress and everything that was on top of me, she made it come off? And there was this panic, like literal panic attack that came over me in the middle of this. And I remember just thinking, what the fuck is happening? This is what I paid her for. She relieved that off of me. And then it started to make me think about how I am in general. Why do I feel this need to hold on? It was almost like I wanted it back. In that split second, that split moment, as soon as I felt it fall off of me, it was like energetically, I was like, come back, come back, come back. Because it felt like comfort. It was comforting to me having that on me. So what are you guys clinging on to, and why? Why do you seek comfort in this thing? Why do you seek comfort in something that's not good for you? And then the next couple of days, it just kept bothering me because I kept wondering, what else am I holding on to because of this comfort? And it finally dawned on me that I was afraid of the unknown. I was afraid of not knowing what would happen or what would come. It was like this sense of vulnerability, I believe, that was coming over me. Feeling exposed in some way. Not to others, though, to myself. And realizing that no longer having that weight on me, I had nothing to cling on to. So this is very important, especially for those who do energy work, or if you're healers, if you work for people, like clearing them out or doing healings on them. Now, when you are taking something away, something must replace it. So that, I believe, that was the missing piece for me, was not knowing at that moment what that meant and how I was to do this thing. So being in this unknown and sorry, I was trying to figure out the words. I'm just trying to it's hard for me to explain. It's like being in this unknown and changing just my pattern and my actions. It makes me think of Joe Dispenza when he talks about being in the unknown. When we finally fight against that hamster wheel of life that, our body's so used to doing the same things over and over again, whether it's living the same lifestyle, the same thought patterns, the same clinging on to the same things, holding on to these things. And then when that thing is no longer there, you can't help but to freak out because you're like, what the fuck do I do now? But I'm starting to realize there's a beauty in the unknown. yet it is scary. Yet I'm still figuring it out. I'm still discovering myself. There's just this like, it's the letting go of knowing that if I show up for myself and do the things that I know that are right in my life and the things that I want to pursue for me, having that unknown of, yeah, I may not know how I'm going to get there. I may not know how things are going to work out. But being able to let go of that burden of that, of trying to figure it out and trying to control, there's beauty in that. Because that's where you allow God to come in. That's when you allow Spirit, the universe, to provide. And the universe is finally like, finally, they get it. They understand. Like, this is what I'm here for. You're not meant to have this burden on you. You're just meant to live this experience, to live this life, and to just be in the moment. It's okay. Someone needs to hear this. It's okay to be happy. You're allowed to be happy. You know what? I want you guys to look in the mirror before you guys go to bed tonight and tell yourselves and smile and really mean it. I'm allowed to be happy. I'm allowed to have things work out for me. And anything that pops up, any negative thought or anything like that, just remind yourself like that shit don't belong to you, first of all. It don't belong to you. It's not true. And once you start saying it over and over again and actually believing it, your body doesn't know the difference of what's real, like if it's here or not yet. Is that, what does he say? I'm sorry. Joe Dispenza talks about this, about the brain doesn't know the difference between like it being like real right here, right now. If you were to say, my life, look into the mirror, my life is amazing. I am where I want to be at. I own this, I own that. My life is whatever it is the fuck that you want. So your mind doesn't know the difference. Your brain can't tell the difference whether it's here already or not. It's the frequency, being in that frequency and that energy of believing that it's here right now and that you already have it, that you are already it. That's what brings it into this physical realm. Okay, so I'm trying to think, there was something else I was going to say. Oh, so there was another session I had 2 days ago. And no, yesterday. And this massage therapist, I avoid going to him at all costs because he does what is called myofascial therapy. My hair is crazy. Listen, I just did like a 5-mile walk. So it was a little humid. I'm in Florida. I guess it gets sticky. So he does myofascial release. So for those who don't know what that is there's tissues in the body that hold memory, that hold a lot of trauma. And a lot of people, sometimes when they get so many massages and they're like, I still have pain, what's going on? It's because it's an energetic thing. There is trauma hidden in the body. So what this man does, he is an artist. I don't have to tell him anything. He just finds it. I've been seeing him on and off probably for like 3 years. I swear I only see him like twice a year. And he's... I wasn't going... Well, I'll tell you why, the full story. But first of all, it's painful. It's not painful for everyone. For me, it personally is because I have a lot of shit. I have a lot of trauma in my body from physical stuff that I went through personally as a child. So, I'm just going to share it because maybe someone needs to hear it. I was abused as a kid, physically. I'm healed from that. Not maybe like body-wise, I'm still working on it, but, I forgive, my mother for that. I understand that she went through worse, and it was something that was passed down from generation to generation, and I'm the curse breaker now. So I haven't, I have a 13-year-old son, and I've learned to not, I've never put my hands on him. So I believe that I'm the curse breaker of the family. So I have a lot of pain still. So him just lightly touching me is like, ow. And he's like, Denise, I'm barely touching you. I'm like, I know. especially when it comes to like my lower body. Get to my feet, forget it. I lose my freaking mind. So anyway, I digress. I avoided going to him for a while because it was really painful. But the whole time I thought it was just the pain. It's funny how energy stuff works. So the last time I seen him was last month, and I actually took my dad with me because he was visiting from Tennessee, and he was staying with us for a few days. And I was like, hey, let's, come with me to my appointment. You can chill in the waiting room. You can go grab some lunch, do some plant shopping after, and, have a father-daughter day. So I get worked on, and of course, again, I cry. I'm like, oh, it's so painful. And in front of my dad, he's like, yeah, so when are you going to come back? 8 months from now? Because I'm always avoiding to go to him, but it's so painful. At that time, I was thinking, like, but it's so painful. That's why. So my dad's like, you better go back. So, he just gave me that look. And I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, you know what? I'll just book a session now so that I come and I make sure I come at least monthly, once a month. In the back of my mind, I was like, damn, I do not want to see this man. Like, he just made me cry. He makes me cry every time I come. So I seen him yesterday. And a very interesting thing happened is when we're almost done with the session, he's working on the left side of my body, which is very interesting. The left side has to do with the mother wound. There's feminine and masculine. So a lot of feminine mother wound stuff is held here. So he does my right side. We're good. As soon as he gets here, at one moment, energetically, it felt like I was being choked out. So I tapped him and I was like, chill, like, give me a second. I felt like I was going to faint. And he goes, Denise, I wasn't even near, because you have the carotid artery right here. And if you put pressure, like the guys who do like UCF, UCF. I always say that by accident because here in Florida we have a university, UCF University. But UFC, the UFC fighters, when they do the chokehold and they whatever. So that's why, to make you pass out. So I'm over here thinking he wasn't even on it. So he gave me a second and I go, okay, I'm ready. Let's go again. So he goes again. He starts working on me. And it was like the moment I kept thinking to myself, like, why can't I just let go? Again, it was the same thing about letting go. What am I holding on to so much? And I just had this like image of me. Oh, I feel like crying. I don't want to cry. What I saw was me as a little kid. And I felt spirit tell me, like, you don't know what it's like to be loved, like as a child, like in a caressing sort of way, because I got hit a lot. So I had this image of that. And then I saw an image of like me and my son, like how we hug each other. And I just started fucking bawling. Like, just, that was the thing that I was like holding on to. The fear, it was just like, I had to accept it. I'm getting a download because I wasn't thinking this. It just popped up in my mind. That was that energetic block that I was having here, was realizing that and accepting that part of me and knowing that it's okay. Like, I'm okay now. Like, I have that love now. I forgave my mother. I'm cool with my mom. I, hug my kid. We have a good relationship. And I felt like the childhood in me needed to hear that. And I had to tell myself that. And he was able to finally finish. I was crying so bad that he started crying. Like, it was such a spiritual, like, it was such a beautiful emotional release. And we just ended up talking about it. And he's like, man, this is why I do this type of work. And I'm like, man, that's why I fuck with you. Like, that's why I come back to you, even though you make me cry every time because it hurts. So I will be back. If anything, if you guys are interested, I will give updates on that because, man, that if you guys can ever get that work done on you, definitely do it. There's actually this woman on Instagram. Her name is the Ghost Whisperer. I'm thinking about the TV show, Muscle Whisperer. Oh my God. when I used to watch this woman, I'd be like, what is she doing? Like, and she is the same thing. She uses her hands, and then sometimes she uses the gua sha tools, and she's working the fascia. She's getting those traumas out the body, and she's like, I don't want to tell you. I want you guys to see it for yourselves, but it's so beautiful how people are just, they have so much deep rooted traumas and emotions that we we hold on to for so long, and then we wonder why we're sick and have all these ailments and depression and anxieties, because we're holding on to this old wound that no longer resonates with us, that it wants to be released. It needs to be released. So yeah, I think I'm done. I just want to share that with you guys because I felt like it was such a cool experience. And for you guys to really think about your own situations and your own traumas and anxieties, and ask yourself, what am I holding on to today that I can seriously just let go of, that is no longer serving me, and that's just holding me back from the person that I want to be, and the life that you want to live, the life that you deserve to live. You guys need to understand this life goes like this. I never thought about how fast life goes until I had a kid. I was just looking at him the other day. This motherfucker's taller than me now. I'm just like, I still beat your ass. But anyway, I was just telling him that the other day. He's like, look, Mom, I'm taller than you. He's always doing the little, I'm like, bro, I'll still beat your ass. Shut up. Get your tall ass away from me. But, having him made me realize how fast life really goes. I'm just looking at him like, man, I remember when a little baby just... No, now he's taller than me. Now he's being, giving me attitude and the hormones and teenager, that life. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this message. Yeah, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of more of these because I feel like sharing a lot of this stuff, I feel like Spirit has been telling me, like, share more of your experiences, because as a collective, somehow we're all going through the same things. Like the ones who will find this video, you guys will find this in alignment in synchronistic ways, because this is something that we're all going through together. Okay, so I love you guys. Until the next one.